Hello, another app I've been working on. I've been working on this one for quite a while actually. It's been a bit of a struggle, but I've managed to get it done. It's called SyncMaxPro. It originally started life just as a backup program for Macs. It was called SyncMax, but what I've done is extended it so that you can actually back up any folder. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Macs. As with all my applications, it's a simple design. We have a couple of things, like you can change the themes, blue, grey, dark. I quite like the blue one. Source folder and target folder. So for instance, a synchronization, depending on the size, I think the Game Guru apps folder I've got is about 4 gig. It takes about 2-3 minutes. Let's just run it through. I know that this is more of an introduction video, but I'd rather go all the way through. So let's just choose the Game Guru apps folder. You could just initially choose your project folders, but I think I'd rather have all of it. So let me find it first. A, B, C, D, F, G, Game Guru apps, there it is. Okay. Target folder, it can be anywhere that you like. If you're putting it on the same drive, so if for instance I choose the F drive, it'll come up with a warning telling you that the target folders and source folders are on the same drive. I would recommend that you put it on a different drive because it's a backup after all, and if you lose the drive that you got your stuff on and you're backing up to the same drive, it's not worth having the backup. So choose a drive that's separate to where your source folder is. So what I'll do is I've got a mechanical drive here and a backups folder, so I'll choose that. Okay. The other thing we've got here, we've got synchronization options. So this one, we want to copy the source to the target, which is a standard. To do a restore, obviously you choose target to source, so it would go from there to there, but under normal circumstances this is what you want to do. Okay, if the folder you've chose as the target folder already has files in that haven't been synchronized with this application, they will be deleted. So make sure you either create a new folder or it's an empty folder before you do the synchronization. Okay, so if we just start that sync, because it will take a while, it'll copy everything across and give you a bit of a progress report. The other thing you've got here as well is if you show details, it'll show you exactly what's going on with each individual file. I think, going off memory, there's roughly 3,000 files in there, so obviously these are the file numbers, and you do get a report at the end, but let's just let this just carry on. It's not too bad, it's fairly quick, but this is a debug option, and so it will be quicker with the release option. There we go, so it's actually 2,869, so if you see the details, we can see all the files that were copied. Green means it copied OK and that it was a folder or a file. Okay. So that's how that's worked. So if you look at the logs, you'll see here any sync errors listed here. There was no sync errors. If we go to the target folder, so it was on my Mac drive, backups, you also get a detail file here which will tell you created a new sync and the process completed and there was no errors. So source directory and destination directory, and here's the actual files. So I've created a test.txt in the Game Guru Max folder just to check something, so I'm going to delete that. Okay, so I've deleted that in the backups. So what I can do now, start those details, if I press start sync again, show the details, because that was deleted in the backup, it's copied it across. So if we go back to that folder and we go into the backup folder, Genguru Max, the test file is there. Quite straightforward really, but if I delete that from the backup and I go into the Genguru Max folder, delete that there, okay, go back into here, hide the details, start sync, show details, nothing's copied. So if I go back into the Genguru Max folder and say you've been working on a project, whatever, what we can do is we'll just add a new file, and this is after the initial sync. Oops, wrong file. After sync, save it, close, close, come out of the application, run it again. These drop downs will have a history of any backups and synchronizations you've done. So if you choose from that list and then start sync, show details, just that one file I created is synchronized across. It's as simple as that. The other thing that's useful is this list, if you're doing different folders and different drives, will get quite large. What you can do is clear the history, so now they'll be empty. So if we reset that, there's nothing in the list, nothing at all. That doesn't mean to say that because we've done that it will sync everything again. So if we choose the Genguru Apps folder again and go into Genguru Apps, okay, and change the source back to where we had it originally, which was in the Mac drive backups, click OK. And before I do that, I'll add a file. So I'll add a new file and call it test3 and leave it blank, but you can see there's a new file created at 1618. Close that, start sync, show details. The only file it's copied across is test3 because that's the only one that was missing from the backup folder. So as you can see, the synchronization is one way, but it is quite powerful, as in the fact that you can carry on working on your projects. Even if you delete the projects in Max, they will still be in your backup folder. So basically that's it. Thanks for watching. Speak again soon.